Quick video here on how to conduct a board meeting. This video should be helpful for both corporations that run for profit as well as nonprofits that are nonprofit, because both have boards of directors in their structure. So, a board of directors meeting, we hear about them, we serve on them, we hopefully don't have to fully conduct them ourselves, but if you do, or you want help helping someone conduct them well, here's some quick tips, easy ways to just know how to do it, when to do it, why you're doing it, maybe not why you're doing it. So, first tip, you will need to call the meeting to order. When you call a board meeting to order, you're also going to want to announce verbally who is present at that board meeting. And then all of this, by the way, should be making its way into meeting minutes, as they're called, which should be the job of the board secretary, whoever's filling that role. A lot of the times it's a lawyer, sometimes it's someone that does an admin position or an executive position for the organization or the corporation, but there should be a secretary there that is basically writing everything down verbatim that they can. However, the meeting minutes should be a condensed summarization of the verbatim notes that that secretary took. So, while that secretary is over there taking their notes, writing this all down, what you should be doing to conduct that board meeting, or somebody, is you'll call it to order. You will call out verbally who is present. The board members, you want to call out their attendance, who's there, who isn't. But you'll also want to call out anybody that's there that maybe isn't a board member. Sometimes guests come in to speak to you about things, and sometimes maybe lawyers or CPAs sit in just so that they're aware of what's going on. Call out their presence. You can list them under non-board members that are present. Once you get through that sort of roll call, then you'll move into different orders of business, right? So one of the first things that you usually want to do at your board meeting is approve the meeting minutes for your last board meeting, which should have been completed. Like I said, there should be a summary of the verbatim notes that makes it into the meeting minutes that are then circulated amongst all the board members for you to review for accuracy and then vote on approval of those meeting minutes, either via email or at the next board meeting. So vote on the approval of the meeting minutes, or if you want to be extra prudent and good record keeping, call out that those meeting minutes were previously approved via email. And then you can move on to any other business maybe that's outstanding that needs to be discussed. There should hopefully be a board meeting agenda that is circulated before the board meeting that lays out everything you'll talk about. And so you can just kind of move through that. But you'll move into new business from any outstanding or old business, and after you've approved the meeting minutes. Sometimes people want to make a motion for some type of vote or some type of decision. Usually if you want that to occur, someone does actually have to say, I move to X, Y, and Z. And then usually, and I would say almost always, you would need to have someone second that motion. All of this will make it into the meeting minutes and into the notes, of course. So someone moves, someone seconds the motion, and then you'll have a vote amongst the board members on that motion or whatever that vote is. All this makes it into the meeting minutes. From there, and that essentially does cover sort of the bulk of the meeting, is going to be old business, new business, votes, anything that needs to be discussed, generally speaking. You don't always have to vote on whatever you discuss, but it's good to vote if it's going to be something that is becoming a decision that will then be distributed to the organization or the corporation and carried out. So that's going to be the bulk of the meeting, is those types of discussions and those votes. But then as you look to wrap up the meeting, you will then move to close the meeting. Someone can second that, and then you can vote on that, or usually you can just sort of close the meeting by motion. And then after that meeting's held, again, those meeting minutes, summarized, written, circulated for approval either before or during that next board meeting. And essentially, once the secretary signs those meeting minutes that they have been approved and that everyone has voted on them, those are your meeting minutes, and you're done with that board meeting. So there is, of course, things that come up during board meetings that you might want to handle differently, and there is procedure, and you might want to have your own etiquette for your board meetings about who can speak, when they can speak, what they have to say in order to speak, and so on. And those will help support the actual legal requirements for your board meetings, which is what we've covered in this video here. Hope it was helpful. Hope you're kicking ass in those board meetings and taking names. Not really. If you're a nonprofit organization, you should be doing some good, not kicking ass. But hope this was helpful. Hope you have a good day.